FM News. On point.
Joining us, let's take a look at the news. I'm Lynn Komjisha. Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Patrick Oboya Muriat has insisted on not appearing before the Electoral Commission except during the festive days. During a press conference in Mbale, Muriat said he has tight schedules that cannot be reshuffled for honouring Electoral Commission directives.
But the Electoral Commission is aware of our program. We just don't have time to meet the Electoral Commission as per our program. That is extremely tight. If we took one day off this program, then we will not have time to come back to the areas that we would not have gone to. That is one point. So the Electoral Commission has to choose to meet us. If they want me in person, the only day that I have is the 25th of December this year. That is Christmas Day. I will abide by their request to go and meet with them on that day if it becomes necessary.
Muriat is scheduled to appear before the Commission tomorrow, says it is upon the Commission to disqualify him, but he will not cancel his campaigns in the Eastern region.
They disqualify me or they keep me in the race. This is a struggle in which we are, not to serve the whims of the Electoral Commission, but to liberate this country. So if I'm not in an election, there are other options by which we can actually cause the same change to happen. So disqualifying me is a waste of time. It's just something that they could wish to do, but will be of no consequence in our on our struggle. The struggle will continue whether I'm a candidate or not. So they could do what they wish to do.
Muriat and the National Unity Platform presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu was summoned to personally appear before the Commission to answer questions concerning their persistent flouting of the campaign guidelines. Retired General Henry Tumukunde has hit at fellow presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, saying he does not have what it takes to preside over a country. Tumukunde explains that being a president is a challenging task that calls for an advanced experience, which the NUP leader does not have. Speaking to voters at Bukaweka village in Budbulo East, Namisino district today, Tumukunde asked Councillor Anthony Wameri, member of the NUP legal team, to advise his party leader that he is not fit for the task. The independent presidential candidate William Mayambala has revealed that he is going to defeat President Yoweri Museveni in the forthcoming general elections. Mayambala, who was slated to campaign in Serere and Soroti today, announced the suspension of his campaigns on grounds that the coronavirus pandemic is on stage 4 that puts lives of people at risk. In an interview with his Mayambala said that his assessment puts him ahead of his 10 other opponents. No poll has been released on how candidates are faring since their nomination, but Mayambala insists that his research shows he is ahead of all the other candidates. Mayambala, who apologized to the people of Teso for not coming to talk to them, said he will reach out to people through phone calls and one by one through text messages, social media and radio. He has promised to build for President Yoweri Museveni a comfortable retirement home, saying Museveni will be one of the tourist attractions of the nation as many people will visit him. He noted he will resume with campaigns after the Ministry of Health releases a report indicating a reduction in the prevalence of the virus.
I'm winning victoriously because I'm presenting policy that is transforming Uganda to a first world country. As Uganda's president, William Mayambala, whose symbol is a port, I'm winning these elections with 98%. Put your eyes on me, and I bet on that. 98%. We cannot take Museveni out of the history of Uganda. These are the people who have blended this country. So in my regard, I would just offer him a peaceful accommodation to settle as he waits for his death because he's old, and we need to appreciate that. And you cannot talk about the history of Uganda and exclude him. In that regard, it's going to be a tourist attraction in our country.
In sports news, the Federation of Uganda Football Associations has announced a long-term partnership with English-based sportswear and equipment company Umbro. The partnership announced today will see Umbro become the FUFA official technical sponsor for the next 4 years, taking over from Mafro. The sportswear company will supply high-performance match kits, training and off-field apparel to both Uganda's men and women national teams. In 2017, Italian-based sports company entered into a partnership with FUFA and supplied the cranes with match kits ahead of the 2017 Total Africa Cup of Nations. In 2018, after ending their connection with Rare, FUFA contracted Mafro as the manufacturers of the national team jerseys. In other news, more than 300 schoolboys are still missing in Nigeria's Katsina state after gunmen attacked their school on Friday. More than 300 Nigerian schoolboys are after of the school in the town of Kankara on Friday. Some students managed to escape. Now, armed group Boko Haram has claimed responsibility for the abduction. Authorities say all schools in Katsina state now are closed while the military pursues the attackers and searches for the students. Hashtag Bring Back Our Boys is trending online as public outrage grew over the attack. In 2014, Boko Haram kidnapped 276 schoolgirls from the town of Chibok in Borno State. 6 years later, more than 100 of the girls are still missing. And that was the news.
XFM News on point.